Of the funicular takes you to the target. Just follow your nose. The target is Bergen's market for flowers, fish, and all things edible. This is the heart of historic Bergen, where the city was founded by King Olav Kyrre. To its location facing west to the British Isles and south to Europe, Bergen quickly became the most important city in Norway. But the advantages brought by association, commerce, and trade with the rest of Europe were only half the picture. Bergen's location also meant it was vulnerable to the upheavals in continental politics. Pirate raids, the religious wars of the Reformation, and German occupation during World War II were some of the less advantageous aspects of Bergen's proximity to Europe. The Bergenhus served as the palace of Norwegian kings during the Middle Ages. The Rosenkrantz Tower and Hakonshallen are the most notable buildings in the complex. They recall the days of Viking domination of Northern Europe and were painstakingly restored after a Dutch ammunition ship blew up during World War II, destroying them and much of waterfront Bergen. Lovely St. Mary's Church is the oldest building in Bergen which still is in use. Built in the 12th century, it managed to survive the periodic fires which swept through the city. When the Black Death ravaged Europe in 1349, German merchants gained control of the city's trade. Bergen became one of the 4 major ports of the Hanseatic League, the German trading monopoly. The Bergen is the waterfront area where the Hanseatic League built warehouses for their goods.
Norway in a nutshell is a very popular trip around the beautiful country of Norway. The journey starts in Bergen or Oslo and takes you through some of the most beautiful scenery in Fjord Norway, and including experiences on the Bergen Railway, the Florm Railway, the Ålandesfjord, the Neirafjord and the Stalheimskleve Road. On our cruise to Norway, undoubtedly you'll have the opportunity to visit much, if not all, of these wonderful aforementioned activities. So let's journey through some of the influences, culture, food and sights that you are likely to experience as we visit beautiful Norway. Norway occupies the western point of the Scandinavian peninsula, Jan Mayen, the Arctic archipelago of Svalbard and the sub-Antarctic Bouvet Island. Its longest border is with Sweden, about 1,619 kilometers long, but Norway is also bordered by Finland and Russia to the northeast. In the south, Norway borders the Skagerrak Strait right across from Denmark. To the north, west and south, Norway is bordered by the Bergen Sea, the Norwegian Sea, the North Sea and Skagerrak. Now, according to the census, which took place in 2012, Norway's population is just over 5 million. In a breakdown of the population, we have Norwegian, which is 94.4%, including the 1% of the Sami population, other Europeans at 3.6%, and other nationalities of 2%. Liberal in moral issues, it's similar to Denmark and the Netherlands, and approximately 85% of the Norwegian population are members of the State Church of Norway. The Church of Norway traces its origins to the introduction of Christianity to Norway, which took place back in the 9th century. There are also small percentages of Pentecostal, Roman Catholic, other Christian and Muslim religions. However, only 20% of Norwegians say that religion occupies an important place in their life. So we have 77% of urban dwellers, and the five largest cities in Norway are Oslo, Bergen, Trondheim, Stavanger, and down the south, Kristiansand. Now, Sami are the indigenous people living in Norway, Sweden, Finland and Russia. Population total estimates the range is about 50,000 to 100,000, with slightly more than half residing in Norway. It is believed that the Samis may have migrated from Siberia as many as 11,000 years ago, but written evidence is not present until after Christ was born. The Sami have their own elected parliament, which represents Sami interests to the national parliament, and the Sami language has equal status with Norwegian. Traditionally, the Samis have pursued a variety of livelihoods, including coastal fishing, fur tapping and sheep herding. Their best known means of livelihood is semi-nomadic reindeer herding. The Samis revere the reindeer for the gifts it gives to help them survive. It's a source of food and clothing, and is also used to pull sleds. Now, indeed, the Sami culture has always centered around their reindeer. For the Samis, the reindeer symbolizes life, health, vitality and success. In their culture and the harsh climate they live in, man and animal are dependent on each other. Norway is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system of government. The King of Norway is the head of state, and the Prime Minister is the head of the government. Power is separated between the legislative, executive and judicial branches of government. The monarch officially retains executive power. However, the duties of the monarch have since become strictly representative and ceremonial. The monarch is the commander-in-chief of the Norwegian armed forces and serves as chief diplomatic official abroad and a symbol of unity. Since his accession in 1991, Harald V of the House of Schleswig-Holstein-Sonderburg-Glücksburg has been the King of Norway, the first since the 14th century who has actually been born in the country. Håkon, the Crown Prince of Norway, is the legal and rightful heir to the throne and the kingdom. Should he ascend as expected, he will be known as Håkon the Eighth. In practice, it is the Prime Minister who is responsible for the exercise of executive powers. Jens Stoltenberg assumed office back in October 2005, and he was actually also Prime Minister of Norway from 2000 to 2001. And the elections are held every 4 years on the second Monday of September and are scheduled to be held once again this September in 2013. Now, Norway has extensive reserves of petroleum, natural gas, minerals, lumber, seafood, freshwater and hydropower. Key industries naturally reflect these resources. Information and communication technology is also a very sizable industry as well. Norway ranks as the second wealthiest country in the world in monetary value and has the fourth highest per capita income in the world. On a per capita basis, it is the world's largest producer of oil and natural gas outside the Middle East, and the petroleum industry accounts for around a quarter of the country's gross domestic product. In a referendum held in 1972 and 1994, Norway rejected joining the European Union. Key domestic issues include immigration and integration of ethnic minorities, maintaining the country's extensive social safety net with an aging population, and preserving economic competitiveness. The currency of Norway is the Norwegian crown. A quick breakdown there for you. 9 Norwegian crowns to approximately 1 British pound sterling, 7.6 Norwegian crowns to the euro, and approximately 5.6 Norwegian crowns to 1 US dollar. Take a look at the